All right, so today, a bit of a different video because, it's been kind of like basically 2 years since I last uploaded. And today I'm going to be showing you what I've been kind of working on over that time because I haven't just been sitting in my chair the whole time. I've actually been working on multiple projects, but this is one of the projects that I've been working on. This is a Minecraft server. And if you're not interested in Minecraft, you might as well click away now because it's probably not going to be very interesting to you. So this is the server I've been working on for about 1.5 years, if not more at this point. Let's see. Time since August 9th, 2019. That's when I started this. 609 days to years. And what is that? That is 1.6 years that I'm working on this. So yeah, it's been a little bit of a while. This server has been running since 1.14.2, and now it's at 1.16.5. So we got the Nether update, which is pretty cool. And there's also plans to upgrade to the 1.17 update, which is coming soon-ish, hopefully. And I'll talk about my plans for that, hopefully, if I don't forget by the end of this video. But yeah, the point of this video is to showcase what I've been working on, maybe the code side of it a little bit as well, but also to promote the server a little bit. So if you guys are interested in joining it and helping it grow, and helping me, helping the server grow, then I'll drop the IP in the description, of course, and you can join the server and do all the things there. But yeah, this is a survival server, but it's also an economy server, and it's kind of like a vanilla plus experience. There isn't much strictly custom content, but more of like quality of life tweaks and little mechanics that just make the game better, in my opinion, and I think in the community's opinion as well, because I don't really do things without, good community feedback. If a feature gets bad feedback, I'm going to remove it. I'm going to change it. Make sure the community enjoys the feature, and that's the whole thing with the server. It's supposed to be a community kind of thing. But anyways, here is the spawn. It is here. If we do /spawn, we spawn here. We got a little guide here which teaches you about all the things. And I guess I might as well go over this a little bit to kind of showcase the server. There's Playtime Ranks. We have a playtime system that I created a while back, and essentially, you can play on the server for a given amount of time. There's up to 1 week ranks for playtime, and the rest are just paid ranks, which that's the typical stuff. And they get a little bit more perks every single time. You get a different playtime rank, so it's a good way to kind of level up your experience while not having to pay anything, because I don't think you really should have to pay anything to just play a server in the full experience. So the server gives infinite set homes. You get a single job slot, but also 3 pet storage slots. $500 as well. So got some leveling there. So you can get those if you're interested. You can do playtime to check your playtime. Let's see here. What else we got here? We got claims. So this has claims. Grief prevention is the claim plugin. Skills, which is basically just rebranded MCMMO. I mean, yeah. And then there's jobs. That's the jobs plugin. Player warps, which is a fully custom system that I created. I'm actually pretty proud of it. And then there's chest shops. Let me quickly show you the warps, because the warps do tie into the economy. Basically, you can create a shop and a warp to your shop. Here's all the warps. There's different types. There's towns. You got parkour, which is just general category, I guess. That one was weird. We got Wither XP and whatnot. So anyway, yep, we got shops here. You can go to whatever shop you want. Let's see, what's our most popular? We got Warp Shop and Warp Wool. Let's go to Warp Shop first. This is the original shop, the biggest shop on the server, I should say. This is not a player. This is a player shop, not a admin shop, because the only admin shop is /shop, and that's all the stuff here. But anyways, yeah, players can sell whatever items they'd like using chest shops, and then they could display them here, and you could basically get money for selling things that people like. So let's say you want to sell beacons, make a shop for a beacon, plop it down, make a warp to it, and people can warp to it. You can advertise your warp, and you can get money that way. So that's a great way to earn money if you are interested in just kind of grinding things out. You want to sell, maybe you want to sell Nautilus shells, which a lot of people don't sell. Well, you got them there. So anyways, another warp that is a great example of a shop warp is Warp Wool. And of course we have Warp Wool, selling wool. What else would you expect? But also a bunch of other stuff like enchant books. And this is another great example of a warp. This build was actually built by the same person who built our spawn. His name is Yalamir, and he's a great architect. He's actually one of our in-house, as we like to call, architects, which is basically just a builder. So yeah. But yeah, that's that, I guess. That side, there's also an auction house, which is another custom plugin. You got your your things that are a little bit too unique to be sold in a chest shop. Well, except for the Nether Star. I don't know why that's there. But yeah, you can list stuff on the auction house using sell or list and sell for however much money you want, and people can buy it. So that's pretty damn cool. You can do /RTP to teleport to a random location in the world using async TPs, courtesy of Paper. So yeah, this server is running a modified version of Paper called Hentai. Well, actually, it's technically a fork of Airplane, but Airplane is a fork of Twinity, and Twinity is a fork of Paper. So this is running a very optimized software, and it's got a few custom patches in the Hentai version that I added. And of course, I named it Hentai because what else would I name it? But yeah, that's got some things there. And also, we're running Velocity Proxy for our proxying needs instead of Bungee Cord. Let's see, Velocity version here. This is running a custom snapshot version of Velocity. It's got some custom patches and stuff. I think that's actually open source on the GitHub because a lot of stuff is actually open source on the GitHub. More stuff used to be open source, but I kind of closed source some of it because people are trying to steal it for their own servers. So we got our core library of stuff and things here, which contains all the libraries that we actually need for all of our plugins, all my custom plugins that I've created for the server. Here is Snowflake. It's now called Hentai actually. It's been rebranded, but this is basically an Airplane fork and a bunch of other stuff here you can see. But yeah, that's how that goes. So some stuff is open source. Let's see what's open source. My bigger plugin that I created originally. The original goal for the server was to create every single plugin in just like a big, fat, chunky campfire plugin, or this used to be called Wildfire. And my idea was to just throw every single feature in one plugin and just call it a day. But eventually I decided to create smaller plugins. So plugins that are just like a few features in one plugin. So very, very specialized plugins, like for example, maps. This only handles custom maps, which I can show you by going to /warp. Oddities. Warp Oddities is a great little place to go if you just want to see some maps. These are all custom maps. Some of these were built by hand, right? So that one was built by hand and whatnot. But like these are things that players created by using something called a map token. So a map token basically is like a way to create a custom map using an image. So players can either buy that or they can get it from the vote shop by voting. You can see here, map token. You could purchase this and you can put any image you'd like on a map. And so this is handled by the Maps plugin. So let me quickly show you the plugins on this server here. And /about maps, not much there actually. But yeah, custom map renders. So basically this is a custom map renderer to render an image that is stored on the hard disk of the server on a map. And that's what this plugin is responsible for. So that's that. I'm probably not going to, well, I don't know. Is there much to show here? I don't know if I really want to show much of it, but yeah, this is just a plugin for handling that. And this plugin is very, very simple. It's got very, that's not it. It's got very few features, but it's a little mono plugin, you know, it's just separate from everything else. And we have a pretty high plugin count. I'd say 51 plugins for a survival server. Maybe you consider that high. But yeah, so a lot of these plugins are really, really small plugins that are split up so that they're easier to maintain. Mini Mechanics is responsible for all the little mechanics that I have on the server, such as if you kill the Ender Dragon, there's a 50% chance of a completely broken Elytra dropping, so you can repair it and get your Elytras that way, because hunting for an Elytra in the end right now is kind of a pain. You know, you got to go really, really far, but like you can't really go far because you don't already have an Elytra, so it kind of makes it a pain. So that's just like a little feature, little quality of life feature that I've introduced, an example of one at least, that makes life a little better, because, you know, in vanilla, I think it's just a little too easy to get an Elytra and then get more Elytras, but if you don't have one, it's too difficult. So yeah, I'm just going to stop ranting about it at that point. So yeah, I got some typical plugins. MCMO head database. You can get your custom heads. HD. Well, actually, I think it's just heads. Yeah, so you can get your custom heads, whatnot. This is just a typical Spigot plugin. Harbor. Of course, I'm running Harbor. I made a video on that before on my other channel. What else is interesting? I don't know if there's anything interesting in this, but yeah, I guess you could look through these and see what is there. We got a toggle system. This one's pretty cool as well. You can toggle armor stand arms if you'd like. I'm working on a little plugin to allow you to change the position and the rotation of armor stands. So like you can, you'd be able to change the rotation of this limb and that limb and whatnot. Because I know there's data packs, but the data packs are kind of trash in my opinion. I don't really want to have like for example, I don't want to have to hold a tool to, change things. So yeah, that's a work in progress. Anyway, I'm ranting again. I like to rant about things, but yeah, you can do invisible item frames, PvP toggle, because PvP by default is disabled, just so people don't, do stupid things. Sitting in chairs, that's not a custom plugin actually, but probably would be fine if I made it a custom plugin. And shop notifications, if somebody purchases from your shop, do you want to get spammed by notifications every single time? So yeah, that's that. So what else is there? Let's go to spawn real quick because there's a few more things here. If you vote for the server using /vote, which is using a custom plugin called, you guessed it, Inferno. You probably didn't guess that. This is just a vote listener that I created, hooks into new votifier, and if people vote, there's a streak system. So if you vote 5 times for 149 days, you get more money every single day per vote. And that's how that goes. Let me actually show you what /vote looks like. So let's just do /vote, whatnot. And it goes to this page. Of course, we got this nice GIF here. But basically, this is just a very, very simple HTML page. And this used to be a more complex page, but I just got inspired to create like a very, very minimal, basically bare minimal website for that. And I think I actually have it open sourced. Not that there's much you can't see without it being open source because it's just HTML. But yeah, you can go to here, /vote, and you can see how truly simple this website is. You got your CSS. So that CSS. Really, really simple. And I like how simple it is. And you can click vote and whatnot. So yeah, that's that. Voting is pretty good because you get money. You get vote tokens, which can be used, and /rewards. And you can purchase things like keys and whatnot. I have some, just some tokens. Totally not hacked. But yeah, you can purchase whatever you'd like. There's a boost system. People don't know about this, but you can get XP boosts at 80 minutes of XP boost for skills or MCMO if I want to do that. But anyways, let's go /rewards. Let's purchase 10 keys, and let's purchase some more luminous keys. These are the better keys. They're pretty cool. They get you some stuff. This is actually a custom crates plugin. It's not really very complex. It's a very simple crates plugin. I used to be using crazy crates and also crazy auctions for the auction house, but yeah, those are pretty trash plugins, to be honest. The source code is completely awful. So I just decided I'm going to create my own little version. Let me see if it's actually open source. Did I open source it? Let's see. If it is open source, you can go look at it. The code isn't the best because I wrote it like 6 months ago, and since then I've learned a lot. But let's see, it's called Barrel. Barrel is open source. This is actually probably arguably one of the worst plugins out of these with the source code. It's pretty old. You got your capital package names and still the old. Yeah, it's pretty old. But yeah, a lot has changed in 6 months, I guess. What else is there's auctions. Auctions open source. Auctions is private. Yeah, this used to be my my old crazy auctions fork when I updated to 1.16 and I wanted to change some things. I wanted to add some glass panes and I couldn't, but I did. Okay, that's cool. But yeah, we haven't used crazy auctions in a long time. There's dupes with crazy auctions too, so it was best to just avoid it, make my own, and I made my own little plugin here. But anyways, with crates, you got your crates here. Pretty epic. You can get your rewards, vote a day, buy a key, and you can get some rewards. Pretty dang epic. And then there's your luminous keys. You could get your luminous stuff. Luminous is just gear that is enchanted at least one level higher on a single enchant. One level higher than just vanilla allows. You got some like cool pickaxes here, like efficiency 6 and silk touch 2. That's a really, really good pickaxe that people like, but it's pretty dang rare for a good reason, right? Because these crates are basically, well, aside from these crates, the biggest source of profit on the server is probably the ranks. So if you do ranks, you get your Spark, your Vanguard. Why did I say Vanguard? I don't even know my own server. Spark, Ember, and Pyre ranks. These are all fire-themed ranks, but these are the biggest selling things. The ranks are the biggest selling things. And then the keys are the second biggest selling, mainly the luminous, and that's pretty much the only things we sell. I think we sell like claim blocks and claim. Actually, there's not a command. I have claim list. How many claim blocks do I got? I got way too many claim blocks. So yeah, you can buy claim blocks for claiming. That's on the store. I don't even know what else is sold on the store. Let's quickly check what the store is offering here. Is it shop or store? I don't even remember. Store.firestartermc.com. Ranks. Purchase keys. And extras like custom map token. That's the one thing I was forgetting. So yeah, those are how the server makes money pretty much. So if you want to donate to the server, that's how you do it. You purchase things and you get some rewards for that. In terms of donor ranks, I created a whole donor rank perks system, which is available to every single rank, from the $10 rank to the $30 Pyre rank. And they all get these first two things. And then these three things are exclusive to the ranks. So you get the claim block boost with Ember, and you also get this with Ember. And then with Pyre, you get your skulls, which you can obtain player heads of people that are offline using that. Not exactly the most useful feature, but I just kept it because we used to have this before we had the heads database, which is a plugin, from Spigot HDB. But yeah, I've still just kept it. It's kind of a trash feature. Anyway, potion effects, you can just get like permanent potion effects. So like you can select if you want, slow falling water breathing for forever, basically. You could just select it here. Let's say I want night vision, I want jump boost and speed, and it'll apply those to me. It applies, I think, every like 10 seconds. Yeah, there we go. So it's like a repeating task. It's sort of like a portable beacon, basically, you could say. So you get your speed, night vision, whatnot. Yeah, so that's cool. In terms of particle effects, you got your particle effect. This is using a plugin called Player Particles. It's on Spigot, but this is like a highly modified version that technically doesn't have 1.16 support, but I basically just went ahead. I modified the source code. I think it might be actually public. It might be public. It likely is because it's probably just a fork. Yeah, there we go. Oh, nope. Mac OS, am I right? All right, Player Particles. Player Particles, and here we are, Spigot plugin. I did some things here. I edited it, made the GUI pretty damn hot, I moved everything to Maven. That was a dumb choice. I use Gradle now. I used to use Maven, but now I really just use Gradle because it's a lot faster to build. Although recently I did get a new MacBook, so things are a little faster to build on this machine than my old, i5 2400 system that I got in a dumpster. That's another story. Anyways, yeah, this Player Particles, it's a cool perk. You can get particles that do things like, let's see, what's a quick one I could do to demonstrate? Let's go here. Let's go manage effects. Let's add an effect. Oh, that was the back button. Add an effect. Let's see. Let's say I want to have dripping lava at my feet. There, I now have dripping lava at my feet. And you can make it really fancy things like, let's quickly go, and one of my favorite effects that I used to do back in the day when I actually played with this plugin, I liked to have the totem effect in the twins kind of style. And it's kind of cool, It's kind of a cool effect. But yeah, that is that. You got your player warps here. And I haven't really showcased the job system, but I'm not going to. It's just you earn money. You earn money for doing things. So, you break and place things. If you want to get money for redstone, you go into the engineer job. You get paid for, doing redstone things. If you do lumberjack, you get paid for chopping trees. Fisherman's a good job. Let's go random teleport portal. And yeah, so this is just, a survival server, but it's got some things up its sleeve. There's a lot to discover, actually, in terms of quality of life tweaks. For example, one of the tweaks that basically nobody knows about, well, a lot of the players on the server don't know about it. We have a feature called the lava sponge, which basically you can use a wet sponge to soak up cobblestone. And it works just like the vanilla sponge, except it just does cobblestone soaking up, So the point of this feature is to, help in the nether, because this is the nether update, but I feel like it's kind of missing. Like, you have so much lava, but how are you going to remove it? So yeah, this was like a really big nether update thing. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But a lot of the features that I do like to add, they are very, very close to what vanilla would normally have as a feature. I'm going to move away from that because that's making a lot of noise. But yeah, I like to keep my features pretty vanilla. I don't really want to go too far outside the boundaries of vanilla design. So I like to keep, all the features that I add pretty simple, minimal, and also intuitive. So that's kind of the point. I like to say that this server is, there's three things. The server is survival, it's economy, but it's also simplicity, because when you play on the server, it's a very simple experience, essentially, right? So everything you do, everything you touch, I think should be a very simple experience. It should be a very intuitive experience that extends onto vanilla, but isn't a completely new experience. It's like more of a, go on here, play with friends, maybe do a little bit of grinding with the skills and jobs. But you don't have to touch any of the features if you don't want to. If you want to just play a simple vanilla experience on a server with friends, this is a good server to do so, I'd say, because I try to keep everything vanilla. I try to not break any vanilla mechanics where possible. I try to keep vanilla spawn rates as close to just vanilla as possible. I don't want to like go and be like those servers that just disable mob AI because they have like 70,000 people on the server, and then they want to like have 20 TPS and whatnot. Like, this server is pretty much optimized for 50 players. I got some custom patches in here which extend onto airplanes, so they help a lot with the performance, because a lot of performance issues there's a lot of performance issues is basically in 1.16 or any newer version. 1.13 and up has a lot of performance issues. Entities are a big issue, and I've been struggling and optimizing this server for a really long time to make sure everything performs well, and part of that has been writing a lot of custom plugins. I've written countless plugins for this server. You can see on the GitHub repo on Firestarter, there are 62 repositories. I'd say a solid 40 of those are maybe custom plugins. So there's been a lot of work done, and a lot of people, when they join the server, they don't really see like all the work that's been done, because the point of the server is everything is subtle, right? All the tweaks, all the changes to vanilla are very subtle. They're meant to blend in with the vanilla experience. And so a lot of people, when they come onto the server, they expect, a lot of like, I don't know, like a resource pack or a lot of custom features. Like, I don't know. I'm not that creative to think of anything on the spot. But basically, yeah, a lot of people expect a lot of custom features. I don't really like, this is just of a tangent, but I don't really like the servers, that have a resource pack that you have to apply before you join. I feel like that just takes away a lot of those resource packs aren't well done. There's a lot of good servers like Origin Realms that do it really well, I'd say, but a lot of servers just, I think they compromise the actual server playing experience for just having a lot of custom content, which I don't really want to do. I'm really careful with the content that I add, but I also want to add things that the community enjoys. Like I was saying earlier, I'm going to be working on an armor stand rotation utility. So you can place down armor stands. You got your toggle. Oh, that was not it. Your toggles, and you can select your armor stand arms, and then I want to do a utility where you can rotate the legs and arms and do things like that for building and whatnot. That was probably very poorly explained, but anyway, you get the point. So yeah, this server is very much a work in progress, but I have been having a lot of fun doing this, running it, and doing everything related to it over the past year and a little bit, So, yeah. Also, I promised I'm going to be talking about a little bit about the 1.17 update that's going to be upcoming on this server. Essentially, the plan is we're going to be creating a new realm, and by realm I just mean basically just another server that's going to be attached to the same network as this server. So you'll be able to do like, server and then connect to the other server, and the point of that is I don't want to erase this map. This map has been around for 3 major game versions. It's a really old map, and when 1.17 comes out, I think this map is a little too old to just continue playing on. But I think this map should be kept around if people do want to play on it, and this map will not change. It will continue being the same exact map it is. I'll update this server to 1.17, and people will be able to continue playing on it as they normally do. So all these builds, all these wonderful builds like Warp Highheim, all the castles, everything will be preserved for as long as possible. This will be a legacy realm of sorts, and then we'll create a new Firestarter 1.17 realm, which is probably going to have a fancy name, but I haven't really thought of that yet because it's a little too early. There's still a ton of time left before 1.17 to play, to enjoy the game, to do things like that. But when the new realm comes out, we'll have a fresh start on that realm for people who want to have a fresh start to hop on to just play 1.17 exactly as it was meant to be on a new map, not a migrated map that, has some weird glitches and whatnot. So yeah, that'll be the plan. We're not planning on fully resetting. Essentially, we are just expanding the server. But that'll be announced officially once the server is actually out. Things are prone to change, but I really am strongly set on not resetting the server, instead of just expanding it, giving people the choice and preserving the history that we have on the server and all these amazing builds, because it would be a really, really, really big shame to just have all this go to waste. So anyways, that's a little bit about this server that I've been working on. This is a very long rant. It's probably over 30 minutes at this point, but I hope you enjoyed, and if you have any questions, if you want to see any specific videos in the near future, just let me know in a comment down below. And I hope to see you online if you're interested in actually playing on this server, because I would love to build a bigger community on this server. Something I've been struggling with a lot is just advertising the server, getting new players on it to play, to enjoy the game and enjoy the server. So yeah, it'd be great if some of you could hop on, maybe try it out, see if you like it. If you don't like it, maybe give a suggestion. So yeah, anyways, that's it. I'm gonna go. Probably should go to sleep. It's getting a little late. So yeah, anyways, see you all later. Hopefully in another video at some point. No guarantees.